There's an old legend passed down through generations in the riverside villages of the south. They call it Marda is no ordinary ghost. It is the drowned spirit of someone who died violently, suddenly. In water, their soul couldn't pass on. It stayed behind under the current, beneath the mud, and it waits for someone to take its place. One look into its eyes, and you're marked. Adults warn, don't go near the river when the sun sets. Don't wash your feet. Don't cast your line. If you hear someone calling your name, don't look back. But children never listen, and among them, there was a boy named Frank. Inside a small wooden house late afternoon.
Mom, I'm going fishing, okay? The river's high today. The fish must be biting.
Go if you want, but don't wander near the bend behind the bamboo grove. People say things have been seen there.
That Marda stuff again. Come on, Mom, you say that every year.
Don't joke. Fang, your father once swam there at night. He came back burning with fever for 3 days. After that, he never touched the river again. I won't lose another.
Okay, I'll just fish close to the bank. I promise.
Riverbank sunset. The sky turns violet. Dragonflies hover. The river lies flat like a sheet of black glass. That evening, the river was too still. No birds. No frogs. No sound. But Thang didn't notice. He sat alone, dangling his legs over the edge.
Come on, fish. Just one, please. Yes, got one. What was that?
Then come down.
Nightmare revealed same location from the river. Something rises. A pale face. And no eyelids. Empty sockets. A smile too wide, too wrong. It didn't splash. It didn't blink. It simply rose and stared.
Oh no.
He runs, feet stumbling through grass and dirt. Tree branches whip past him. The river behind him gurgles, softly, laughing. Back home breathless, Thang slams the door behind him, breathing heavily. His mother stares. He can't speak. That night, he didn't sleep, and the river was still watching. The next morning inside the house, sunlight creeps through the cracks in the wooden walls. The kitchen smells of boiled rice. Thang sits quietly, eyes distant, barely touching his food.
You didn't sleep well last night. Did something scare you?
I saw something. In the river. A face. It wasn't human.
Don't make up ghost stories. Eat.
She thought it was just a bad dream, but Thang, he knew it wasn't. Later that day outside, backyard bamboo thickets near the river, his older brother, N.A.M., returns from the market with a wide grin. He's about 15 playful pocket. In his hand, a strange shimmering fish.
Look what I caught. It wasn't even on the hooks, just floated up right to my boat.
Where did you find it?
By the bend, you know, that spot Mom always warns about.
The fish wasn't normal. Its scales shimmered like oil. Its eyes were human. Nightfall, same house. The fish lies in a wooden bowl. It hasn't moved all day yet. It hasn't died. Thang couldn't stop staring at it every time he blinked. It seemed to twitch. Every time he looked away, he felt something was watching him.
It knows that it's not a fish.
Midnight, Thang alone outside. He tiptoes to the yard, bowl in his hands. The moonlight cuts through the fog. Crickets have gone silent. He walked to the dock. Every step, the bowl trembled. The fish began to flop violently, but only when he neared the water.
Go back. Please don't come back for us.
He hurls the fish into the dark river. There's a splash, then silence. The water closes like nothing happened. Behind him, a breath.
You saw me. You touched me.
Who's there?
But no one answers. Only the river. The fish was only a gift, a mark. Now, it was too late to return it. Night inside the bedroom. The room is small. Wooden walls creak. A single oil lamp flickers near the window. Thang lies in bed, eyes wide open. He thought it would end after the fish, but that night, the river followed him home. A creaking sound. Outside, a wet dragging sound moves across the yard as if something heavy and soaked is crawling toward the house.
Mom, brother.
He sits up. The sound stops. Silence. But when he looked toward the window, he saw 2 fingerprints wet sliding slowly down the glass. The next day, by the riverbank, N.A.M. throws a net into the water. He whistles, carefree, oblivious.
You threw away my lucky fish? You scared of river ghosts now?
We have to leave this place. There's something in the water. It's following me. I heard it last night.
You need sleep, that's all. Come on, you're acting like a baby.
Riverthang walks alone. He walks past the edge of the dock. The wind dies. The trees fall still. Something wet drops onto his shoulder. He turns nothing. But then he saw them. Footprints, small, bare, wet, leading away from the river, straight to their house. But then he saw them. Footprints, small, bare, wet, leading away from the river, straight to their house.
It left the water.
That evening inside the kitchen, Thang speaks to his mother. She chops vegetables. The knife thuds rhythmically.
We have to do something. It's not just a ghost. It marked me.
When your father was your age, he went swimming in the same river. He came back with a fever, couldn't speak for 3 days. He said he saw a mouth with no face.
But no one believed him either, until the boy next door drowned. Night outside, the trees rustle, the lamp inside flickers. Outside, a shape stands beyond the tree line, watching. Silent. It doesn't move. It doesn't blink. It waits.
It's here again, and this time, it's closer.
Midnight inside the house. Moonlight leaks through the cracks of the wooden window. Crickets stop chirping. A strange quiet hangs in the air. The air turned thick, like it didn't want to be breathed. Thang sat at the edge of the bed, trembling, and N.A.M. stood beside him, holding a flashlight.
All right, you said it comes from the river. Let's go find it.
It's not just something to find. It's already found me.
Then let's face it.
Walking to the river through bamboo and darkness, their footsteps crunch on fallen leaves. The flashlight flickers. A thin fog begins to roll in, curling at their ankles. The deeper they walked into the trees, the colder it became, like the ground itself had died.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
A low gurgling. Not from the river, but from the trees. River's edge still. Black water. They reach the dock. Moonlight glints of the surface like a mirror. No sound. No wind. It was to still as if the river was waiting.
Look, what is that? A figure floats beneath the surface, pale, motionless.
It's not the fish. It's her.
Flashlight flickers, then goes out. Darkness swallows everything. The only light left is the moon, and what's beneath the water begins to rise. A head breaks the surface slowly. In our eyes. No nose. Just a gaping mouth, wide and round, like it was made only to scream. A Maydal rises. Water splashes as 2 hands shoot out, pale and bloated. They grab Thang's ankle.
Help! It's pulling me down.
Grab my hand. Don't let go. The dock creaks. The water roars louder, then silence. Just the sound of a single splash.
Moments later, N.A.M. on the dock alone. N.A.M. breathes hard, wet, knees on the dock. No sign of Thang. The river took him. Not a scream. Not a trace. Only bubbles rising where he once stood. N.A.M. stared. Frozen, and the only sound left was the soft, gurgling laughter from below. Night inside the house. The door slams open. N.A.M. stumbles in, soaked, covered in mud. His breath ragged, eyes wide with horror.
He's gone. It took him something in the water. Pulled him down.
What are you talking about? Where's your brother?
He screamed. I tried to hold on. It had him white hands. A face, not human.
Neighbors gather lanterns light the night. Dozens of villagers with lanterns arrive. Men with long poles and nets fan out along the riverbank. They searched until dawn, calling Thang's name, dragging nets through the black water. But nothing came up. Only silence and mud. The villagers talk. 3 old men whisper to each other away from the family.
That bend in the river, that's not a place for kids. This isn't the first. It always starts with a fish ... It's back.
Liam sits alone sunrise. He stares at the dock where it happened.
His hands tremble. Something under his fingernails. Still dark.
Not mud. He couldn't stop hearing it. The splash, the scream, the voice whispering beneath the water.
I saw her eyes, black, no soul in them, only hunger.
A voice an old woman approaches right bracket. An old woman in a dark OD eye steps beside Liam. Her hair is long, silver, and tied low.
She carries a red cloth bundle.
The river doesn't take without reason. It chooses.
How do I get him back?
You can't, but you can call his spirit. If he hasn't sunk to deep before Mada swallows what's left of his name.
Mrs. Hanch refuses. Mrs. Hanch overhears and rushes in, her voice trembling with grief.
No, I won't let you call ghosts into this house.
He's already here. Haven't you heard him at the window?
Night back at the window, Liam stares out the same cracked window where Than once saw fingerprints. This time there's a handprint, small, wet.
Still fresh. It hadn't finished yet. The river wanted more.
Night inside the old temple hut. The old woman lays out a circle of black sand.
In the center, a clay bowl filled with river water, a single candle, and a comb.
Liam kneels beside her. His eyes are red. The calling must begin before the third night, before the soul forgets its name.
Place his shirt beside the bowl. Don't look away. Whatever comes, let it speak.
Will I see him?
You will see what's left of him.
The ritual begins. She lights the candle. The flame flickers once, then burns blue.
Wind howls outside.
The river seems to answer with a distant hiss.
From the mud, from the bones, from the breath that still echoes, come forth.
The water in the bowl turns cloudy. A face stirs beneath, not floating, but rising.
Then.
The spirit speaks. The bowl ripples.
A voice comes from it, not quite Thang's, not quite human, broken, distant, echoing like through deep water. Liam. It's dark here. I can't feel my feet. It where's my skin. It floats beside me.
I'll get you out. I'll save you.
No, you brought it back. It followed you.
The spirit walks. The water in the bowl begins to boil. The candle's blue flame turns green.
The comb cracks in half. Outside, a heavy thud on the roof.
Cut the call. It's not him anymore.
Then, don't go.
But the voice from the bowl laughed, not like a child, but like something ancient and wrong. Ritual collapses. Final warning. The flame dies. Silence. The river outside gurgles, then stops, as if holding its breath. Liam sits frozen. The bowl is cracked. The shirt is soaked.
That was not your brother. That thing has worn many names. It's Mada, and now it knows yours.
Lingering presence that night. Liam lies in bed, eyes wide open. On the floor, wet footprints appear, slowly, one by one,
leading to the foot of his bed. Calling him was an invitation. Now it doesn't need the river to reach him.
Night in Liam's room. Liam sleeps. The window is open. Curtains flutter slowly, though there's no wind. He dreamed of the river again, but this time it wasn't water. It was a mouth, black, endless, waiting to swallow him whole. Dream sequence underwater. Liam walks along the riverbed. All sound is muffled.
Fish swim backward.
Trees upside down above him. He sees Thang, sitting beneath a boulder, eyes wide open.
Thang,
I can't leave Dart's holding me.
what is it? What does it want?
You.
Liam jerks awake early dawn. He sits up in bed, gasping.
His bedsheets are damp.
He hears the sound of water dripping inside the room. He turns slowly. Narrator Chiang CNG. TTNHNNH in the corner. A puddle, but no leak. Just two wet footprints facing the bed. Mrs.
Hanch becomes concerned. Later that day, Mrs. Hanch finds Liam staring at the river, unmoving.
You need to eat. You haven't slept properly in days.
He's still there. I see him at night. He wants me to come in.
Don't say that he's gone. The river took him.
Oh, I gave him back. It's just not the way we wanted.
Old woman returns, reveals the past. That night, the old woman returns. She holds a jar of river clay and a worn-out book wrapped in palm leaf.
You need to know what lives in that river. It wasn't always like this.
Long ago, that part of the river was a grave. Not for bodies, for souls, spirits that were never named. Children never found. They clung to the mud and became something else. something that remembers every scream, every breath stolen under the surface.
Village secret. She opens the book.
Inside, ink drawings of ground figures with hollow eyes, claws, stretched mouths, a symbol scratched out in red dye.
The villagers knew. They built no docks. They never bathed there. But they forgot why. Now Mada remembers. And it's hungry again.
Final warning. She presses a small talisman into Eneem's hand, a carved stone with fishbone embedded inside.
Wear this, if it calls you in your sleep. Do not answer ... Do not go to the water, not even to look.
Final shot outside the house. Night falls.
The river is calm, then the water ripples. Slowly, a small head floats just above the surface, eyes open, watching the house. Midnight Eneem's bedroom. Eneem lies in bed, eyes closed, breathing steady, then his fingers twitch. He sits up, eyes still shut. The river doesn't wait for morning ... It calls in the hour when even shadows forget their names. Eneem stood, but he was not awake, sleepwalking to the river. Eneem walks barefoot through the village. His feet leave where prints, though he walked through dry ground. Dogs growl but do not bark. He reaches the riverbank, stares ahead.
I see you. You're waiting for me.
The water rippled, but not from wind to dot. It moved like it was breathing. Someone stopped him just as Eneem steps forward. A firm hand grabs his shoulder.
Wake up, child. It's not your name it calls. It's your body.
What am I doing here?
It nearly had you ... Amada needs a vessel ... It can't drown without a soul to trade.
The village fears. The next morning, whispers spread.
A fisherman has vanished. Only his boat remains, drifting in slow circles. That's the third this week. We need to drain the river, sort it.
Burn it.
You can't burn what has no skin. You can't kill what was never born.
Strange transformations. Eneem walks past the well. He glances in and sees his reflection smile back. Before he does, it's not just in the river anymore. It's learning to wear faces ... To speak with mouths it did learn.
Symbols in the mud. Eneem finds a strange symbol drawn behind his house, carved into the dirt, a spiral made of bone and fish teeth.
What is this?
A seal ... Broken ... It was trapped once. And someone freed it.
Realization thanks roll. Eneem stares at the river.
Flashes back to the night thing called the strange fish ... It wasn't just a fish ... It was a tether, a cage with gills. When it was released, the thing beneath breathed again. Final shot, river under moonlight. That night, the river glows faintly. Something stirs beneath it. Hundreds of pale faces' eyes open, staring up through the water. The river remembers, and it wants to be remembered, one soul at a time. Nightfall village altar beneath an ancient banyan tree. Villagers gather. A circle of salt and crushed lime surrounds Eneem. Candles flicker wildly. It was a ritual older than memory. Used once before, when the river first bled. But this time, the river was listening. Eneem possessed. Eneem sits in the center, eyes closed, lips twitching. Then he speaks, but it's not his voice.
You think salt stops me? You salted the graves, not the souls.
That's not my son. Give him back.
He's still in there, but not for long.
The ritual begins. She chants. Villagers follow. Bells ring.
Smoke rises. Narrator Jiang DNDP. UN. They called the names of forgotten spirits, not to worship, but to remind them they were once human, and could be free. Amada's resistance. The wind howls.
River water begins to rise from the soil, snaking like fingers toward the circle.
You left us and buried us in silence. Now you'll remember.
You're not God. You're rot. Return to the deep.
Something goes wrong. A young villager panics. He breaks the circle to run. The line broke. Just one step was all it needed. Eneem's eyes snap open pure black. Water surges in smashing candles. Salt washes away.
Now I am many that now I remember their names.
Destruction begins. Flames blow out.
People scream. Figures drenched in riverweed. Eyeless begin to crawl out of the water.
My baby, please, he's still in there.
Mom, it hurts.
For a moment, he was back. Just a boy. The choice. Old woman rushes forward.
Holds a ritual blade made of shark bone to Eneem's chest.
Forgive me.
Thank you.
The binding sacrifice. She drives the blade into the ground, not into Eneem, completing the old seal.
A deafening shriek echoes across the trees. The creatures collapse. NAM fades. Narrator GNTT. Chlo. The river took what it wanted, but not everyone it reached. Some were saved, but the price was never clear.
Final image of part. Morning. The river is silent. NAM lies asleep. A single scale glimmers under his skin. Morning after NAM wakes. NAM lies on a mat. His mother watches over him. He stirs, opens his eyes slowly.
Is it over?
You're here, that's all that matters.
The river was quiet, but quiet is not the same as safe. The old woman's revelation. The old woman sits by the banyan tree, tracing symbols in the dirt.
NAM approaches her, still pale.
I saw things, faces, they were angry, but also afraid.
Because they remember. And now, you do too.
What am I?
Not what, whose.
Flashback of dark truth. The screen fades to decades ago. A village elder stands on the riverbank, holding a crying child. Villagers chant, then they push the child into the water. Narrator Jiangyu. INGI. Long ago, during a drought, the river dried, and in desperation,
The village gave it a child, a sacrifice, but not to save themselves. .to protect a lie. The return of the first spirit. NAM touches the water. A face appears beneath. A small child, eyes wide, hollow.
You were the first, and they forgot you.
But I remember them all.
NAM's decision. NAM kneels by the water, the scale beneath his skin shimmering brighter now.
You're marked now. You're the bridge.
Then let them speak. Let the river remember.
Ritual of memory. NAM lights candles along the riverbank. Each candle flickers, then bursts into blue flame. The water ripples, then forms rows of faces, whispering names. Narrator Jing-Su. CHM. Each name,
a life drowned without a voice, each whisper.
a wound open to be healed.
The Mardar was not one spirit. It was many. A congregation of the forgotten, final choice. NAM steps forward into the river calmly.
Nam no.
Don't cry, Mom. I'm not going alone. They'll remember me too.
Last image. NAM sinks beneath the surface. The river glows not with terror, but with peace, then fades. Silence. Then, a new child is born in the village. She opens her eyes. A single silver scale shines beneath her left eye. Narrator THTHM. Jean Cage, mind dark. The river sleeps, but it never forgets. And now,
It has learned to wait.
Hitting high.